different products that we basically work with. More interestingly, how we use SOA Suite. From our perspective, we have online systems, offline systems. Online mostly from a customer service, data entry, data management perspectives. Offline systems for claim search, claim pricing. We have about 3 OSP instances and 1 SOA instance, separate domains. And our standard development process is agile. So we need to basically keep that shop running all the time. So we have 2 deployments a day. So one of the big things for us is not impact that while the migration is going on. This is a logical layout of our architecture. Thing to note here is we've got the 3 buses here in light green and the SOA suite up there. And then everything is fronted through an internal 5 load balancer and a batch balancer. And other things essentially just show the other Oracle stacks we've got in place. Why did we do the upgrade? I think we went through this quite a bit. But from our perspective, mostly integration, REST services, coherence adapters, UMS. From reusability perspective, templating and pipeline shaping, and a better development environment. So one of the things also was to kind of justify from a management perspective, business perspective, why we're doing this. So the main thing was don't interrupt what we're doing. We want to get everything, reduce the risk, and get all the migration completed without any impact to business. So planning-wise, we did an early adoption. We went from 11.1.7 to 12.3. Some of the prerequisites that we did before we started the project was make sure that everything was, all the JVMs were converted to JDK 7. And we spent a lot of time in this layer where we were actually building out the test suite so that we could test out once the migration is complete. Main focus, like I said, was risk management. So the way we did this was a staggered migration where we took like 1 bus, used that as a POC, and then went on to the next one and the next one, all the way through to the production. Also, we had some projects for like the Logic 12C upgrades, and we pushed them out, so that's not a true prerequisite. So from an execution perspective, we started off initially with in-place upgrade. That's what we attempted to do. But again, that increases the risk, increases downtime. So instead we switched over to a side-by-side upgrade. Some of the issues we were also having with the install, with the upgrade process, which was the OBS security season. The approach again we took was we did a runtime upgrade first. So this was kind of useful for us. We basically took our configurations, our code, and then just migrated it over as is to 12C. And then subsequently, as new features were being developed, developers were making changes to the code base. So again, from the execution, the path is fairly straightforward. Preparing the test plan, executing the test plan, so we have a good test bed to start with. On the same time, provisioning new VMs and setting up the new 12C domains. The export-import process was fairly straightforward as well. And then finally executing the test plans in 12C. So really the end-to-end flow here was fairly smooth, except when we got into issues when running things in 12C, and we can kind of talk about that a little bit more. But here's where we had some trouble with identifying the issue, working with the advanced customer support from Oracle, and that was basically the cyclic process there. Some of the issues that we ran into, they're highlighted here. Some more details on this if you guys run into this kind of stuff. I think we have these documented. We had SRs created for most of these things. And again, this was a 12.1.3 migration, so with 12.2.1, I think most of these things should be resolved. very long-running instances. So from our perspective, what we did was we basically paused all the consumers, let the messages drain, and then we ultimately switched over our F5 to point with the new cluster address for the new composite server. With this process, what we learned essentially was, we did a POC up front with one of our bus SOA implementation, and just kind of learned a lot of things there without actually affecting business or the SDLC process. So that was useful. Migration to 12.2.1, I believe it would have been much easier if we had done that, but since we were really interested in some of the features that we described above, we went with 12.2. So I think if you guys do with 12.2.1, most of these issues that we had shouldn't be the issues. Separation of runtime versus code upgrade. So that was a good thing because it's hard to kind of explain to business why we're doing this. So kind of this gave us a good way to get what we already had in quickly, and that would basically cut down the initial migration. And then also we had a good CI process built out that was very instrumental as well. I think it's too far, but I think it'll be included with the rest of the slides. That's just for reference anyway. So that's all I have. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, great, thanks. And so we got a few minutes.